All right, well, I think that's it for Josh's picks or his discussions. Let's move on to my section. Woo! And just like in episode 75, last episode, Josh took a lot of the good ones, so I got left with some of the not as good ones, but...
Well, the last episode, you took all the good ones, and I got left with not so good ones.
Is that not what I said?
No, you said, just like the last episode, Josh took all the good ones.
I meant to say, just like the last episode, the opposite happened. Where last time I took a lot of the good ones. This time Josh took a lot of the good ones.
I think I would second last podcast as well.
No, I switched it.
Oh, okay.
I know what I'm doing, okay? But normally, when we started version 3, I had envisioned this to be a more discussion part where, like, it could be good songs, it could be bad songs, it could just be songs that we have a lot to say. Mm-hmm. But it does actually turn out the 3 that I picked I do enjoy.
Yeah.
None of these are bad. They're just not as good as some of the ones Josh got or the ones in our main section.
Yeah.
But the first one's going to start with a girl that...
Our girl
that sang our favorite song of last episode. Yeah. And that is Kisum with the ballad duo Homme. Homie?
Home.
Home?
Or Om, I think.
Ome?
Yeah. Om. Just Om.
There's no Ome? There's no Me in it?
There's a silent H and a silent E, if I'm correct.
What the fuck?
Om.
I'm going to look this up real fast.
Let's look at the Korean.
It's Om. Well, in English, it's spelled Homme.
Om. So basically, it's 2AM's Changmin and 8/8's.
8/8's?
Leader? Someone, I can't remember.
Yeah. But anyways, that's Kisum and Omu with 3 seconds. Now
3 sec.
3 sec. I'm sorry. I thought it was an abbreviation and I unabbreviated it. But Kisum, love Kisum's last song, of course, You and Me, with the wet Jooyoung. Do you wanna something my heart? Do you wanna take my heart? Do you wanna
take this heart?
We've listened to that song 1,000 times and I still don't know what she says. But actually in this song, the Home or the Umu is the best part. Kisum's part is actually kind of a throwaway. I don't actually even like her part. Yeah. But this is like a ballad with a beat again that I really, really enjoy. Like, their voices are really good. The music video is just kind of, it's like a first person view of a cute girl and just following this cute girl around. And I mean, cute girls are cute. But I just thought it was, I don't know if my mood has changed, but I'm really enjoying ballads with the beat. I'm really enjoying
sadder songs, Steven.
I mean, I wouldn't say the ballad with the beats are sadder.
It's alright, buddy.
I'm not a little sad. Congratulations.
Congratulations for making me feel like shit.
Oh, congratulations. Actually, that's a big fear of mine.
What?
Because in that music video, it all starts with the main guy like getting on a bus and he just happens to see his ex-girlfriend with another dude on the bus or the train. And that's like a real fear of mine that I'm gonna like just be walking around and like I'm gonna bump into them and be like, be cool, don't cry, don't cry. Actually, in real life, like that music video is actually, I should have mentioned it, but it's actually really weird because they're in an empty train and he decides to sit right in front of her. Yeah. Like in real life, once you see that, you probably just turn around. You turn around.
Don't even take the train.
You don't even take the train. Yeah, you're just like, I'm out of there. But anyway, so there's not that much to say, I think, about this song other than
it's good.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah. I'm still going to download it. I didn't think it was bad, but if you enjoy 2AM, if you enjoy ballads with the beat, it's a very different ballad with the beat than last episode's, the Yu Sung Woo one. Yeah. This one is more 2AM-y, I think, but I thought it was really good.
I agree mainly with you, Steven. Kisum's part to me was... It felt like she was like always behind. The rapping style I'm not a big fan of. Is like you're trying to
catch up.
You can't catch it up. You're trying to fit all these syllables into like one bar, and it just doesn't work for me. I think it's a really big throwaway. But Changmin's voice, amazing. 8/8's leader's voice, can't remember his name, amazing, and it is basically their song.
Yep. For sure. I don't even know why she's included in as an and. Like it should be featuring Kisum. Yeah. But Korea's been really weird about what featuring means and what like a sharing
X.
credit means.
Sometimes
yeah.
an X.
Sometimes an X, but like sometimes they'll share credit, but like the person's only in it for a little bit. Sometimes there'll be a featuring, but like if it's a primary song, like the featuring is like the actual whole song. So it's just it's weird.
It's weird.
All right, my second song I want to discuss is by another group where I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce their name, but that is by Purfles. Well, in Korean it's more like purples because there's no like F sound, right?
Yeah.
But it's Purfles in English, Purfles.
Purfles.
And their second song, A Bad Thing.
나쁜짓.
Yeah, now Purples. I'm gonna just call them Purples, all right?
Purples.
I know that's not right, but I'm gonna call them Purples. But Purples, their debut song was 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Which is a really good song.
I don't think I enjoyed it as much as you, if I remember correctly.
I thought it was the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, I thought you enjoyed it way more than me. I don't know. It's a very like upbeat, like dun 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 dun. No.
I think we have to go look
we gotta
back
look
at
that
the
up.
old podcast.
Doesn't matter. I did listen to that song a bunch of times afterwards, and I really did enjoy that song. And I was intrigued. I was like, "William, what's their second song going to be like? Is it going to be another high speed, high tempo, clubby kind of song?" But they went kind of the opposite way, and they did a more ballady, more sensually kind of song. And while I don't think this song is a bad song. Like I kind of enjoyed it. I listened to it a couple of times. I think it's a really good background song because I don't think there's that much catchiness in it. But it did sound like a song to me that like Stellar might sing.
Oh, yeah. It kind of had that like risque kind of feel to it.
Like a risque, slower ballady song. Yeah. It didn't do as much purposeful risqueness in the music video, but there's a little bit of it. I mean, there's some bathroom stuff. There's some like sexy butt stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Were they licking a lollipop at one time? Was that the same one I'm thinking about?
No, I think the one you're thinking about is a different one. But
okay.
I'm not entirely sure. Yeah. Nope. Don't know.
Honestly, can't really remember the music video. Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of just shots of them kind of, dancing and moving around.
Being around.
But again, like I for a debut group and kind of the second one, like I didn't think it was that bad. Like I really do think that Korea's really stepping up on their debuts.
Yeah, quality of debuts.
I mean, they're still like an F tier level of group where they're really, really amateurish.
Really bad.
But I think a lot of the previous like really, really low tier companies and groups like are really I think
stepping it
up.
Yeah.
I really think as cameras get cheaper and I guess production is becoming more important in Korea. I think that's really good for non-mainstream mainstream tiers.
I agree with you, Steven. But for me, to be honest, this song didn't really leave a lasting impression on me. It's kind of a throwaway song for me.
I mean, I would have loved to talk about, say, like Verbal Gent or G-Soul or whatever, but it is.
Or Chancellor and Bumkey.
What else did you talk about? Ju Young, 17.
Great songs, though.
Purples, Purples.
Steven, basically, I think Steven, you had to pick this song because we were at an odd number.
Yeah, but I did think it was good to mention them because I think a lot of people did really like 1, 2, 3, and I think some people didn't even really hear about them. So it's always good to talk about newer groups.
Yeah.
And this was a good 2 weeks for it because there were no big groups, as opposed to the last episode was a bit of a fluke because we were gone for 5 weeks.
Yeah, but it was just a huge.
There were just so many groups we only mentioned quickly. Anyways, for being our chingus, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to our awesome listeners. If you have some free time, chores to do, a long commute, or maybe you're at work, give listening to audiobooks a chance. By clicking on the link and signing up for a free trial, you are directly supporting us. So to get an audiobook, a free one from over 180,000 titles, go to audibletrial.com/TWIK. Again, that's audibletrial.com/TWIK for your free audiobook.
Are you sure it's not 180,000s?
No, I'm pretty sure it's 180,000.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
All right, then I'll take your word for it.
My last song is by another previous debut group.
This is their sophomore song.
This is their sophomore song.
I remember liking their debut song a lot.
Yes, and I thought it was okay-ish. I thought it got a little boring, but anyways, that group is called Playback, featuring Eric Nam with their song Nowhere. Now, they got Eric Nam. I don't know if they're the same company. I assume they probably are.
I would be surprised if they are, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
It seems weird to get Eric Nam of all people, like unless you're the same company.
Eric Nam, huh?
But anyways, Playback. They're a four-girl group.
Four-member girl group. Gotcha.
Four-member girl group, and they had their previous song was called Playback.
Yeah.
Which was this is a very different song. This is a more ballad. Like, this is a type of song where it's like normally like one girl and one guy.
It's a duet.
And usually one of them's a rapper. But in this case,
both singers.
They're both singers.
And you have four girls and one guy.
Except it's really just one girl and three backup people. But, well, actually, it's like one girl and one other girl and then two backups.
There's one main singer in Playback. I'm pretty sure you know who she'll be if you watch the music video. And there's one kind of like supporting singer. And I think they have two rappers / dancers.
Yeah.
I think.
And so I think one of them does like a little rappity part a little bit. But either way, like, when I first listened to the song, I didn't really enjoy it until Eric Nam came in.
Yeah.
And like, this song, you said it to me earlier, but like, this song is really fit for Eric Nam. Like, his voice, because he has a very high voice,
higher range.
Yeah, he really doesn't.
Higher upper register.
Yeah, it's not exactly like, it's not like G Soul's high range, but it's not like Phantom or it's not like
Sanchez's had voice. Yeah,
but compared to other,
normal. It's higher than normal.
Yeah. It's not like Hagak or whatever. Man, where's Hagak been? But anyways, so when Eric Nam comes in, I think the song really kind of makes me enjoy it. And near the end, he sings with Playback, and they kind of go in and out. There's some harmonies. There's some playing back and forth, which is what I like in duets.
Yeah.
Or whatever this is called when it's four girls
and one guy.
One guy in theory. But
every man's dream, I guess, is what you call it.
I mean, they were just singing. They weren't having. They weren't dirty sexing. Like, it's not a Ju-Young video, okay?
I know, it wasn't wet.
Nobody was wet in this, okay?
Wet.
Well, the girls probably were, because Eric Nam was looking mighty fine.
And they were like, oh my God, Eric Nam.
He's so famous and we're not. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know. I thought, just like Purples and Playback is like, I think it's a very nice second song, but it's also a second song that is very different from their first song. Right? Yeah. It's not like they didn't try to do the same thing again. They try to show that, hey, we can sing too, or at least some of us can. Actually, I think Purples, I think all three of them actually are pretty good singers.
Yeah, they sounded pretty good.
Like it seemed like a good mix of all three of them, unlike this where there's obviously a lead singer.
Yeah.
But, if you like kind of the generic kind of girl and guy duet song, like, this is a not bad version of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with you word for word, Steven. Eric Nam really makes this song. If they didn't really have him, it would really be bad.
I think if Eric Nam wasn't in it, it would fall victim to the same problem their first song, which is like it just went on for too long. Like, it wasn't bad, but Playback's first song, I just thought it just went on too long. There was no variety.
Yeah, there's no variety, and that was a problem. And I agree with you with like sophomore releases with groups, because nowadays you don't want to get caught like pigeonholed into like one style anymore, because if you change like one style like really drastically, people will just be shitting on you like Steven and I do. Like, oh, you were so cute, and now you're doing a hard concept. Like, if you got the range to do different styles, I think it's better to kind of come out of the gate saying, hey, we can do this, we can do that, we can do a slow song, we can do up-tempo, we can do R&B, we can do ballads. Like, it's a good second song. It's not necessarily better for me than the first song, but it is, it sets the stage for different things, so I want to say.
As much as I say about the first song, like, we mentioned in the after show last episode that I liked a lot of songs that I didn't think I would like, because I was in America and I was listening to a lot of K-pop on the airplane, and like Playback's Playback was one of those songs where like I heard a lot, and like I can still sing that song in my head right now, which must mean it was a pretty good song because my memory is notoriously very bad, and if I can sing that song in my head right now, like that means something. And so, you know, again, this is another new group from a company that's pretty small, and but like the production value of even Playback and this one is pretty good. Like it's not bad. You know, this one's more of a cuter behind the scenes one where, you know, they're recording a song. You know, there's no dancing, but
and they got some like googly eyes.
For the nom.
There was some of that nom.
They're wet for that nom. I don't know.
Oh, umbrella.
They're moist for that nom, baby.
Let's finish it there.
Yeah. Okay. So that will be it for our main podcast. Please don't forget that while we're recording it right after this, next week you will hear the after show for episode 76. And again, we want to say thank you for everyone who listens to us. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know if you won't know this, but I'm so hungry right now. I'm actually kind of shaking, and so like I'm not like thinking straight. So if our podcast is this episode is a little weird, that it's because I feel like I'm shouting a lot more than I normally am.
You normally shout.
But I normally shout a lot, so who knows? But I think that'll be it. So we'll see you next week for the after show. Bye. Fuck.
So that's it for episode 76, part 3, Steven's Picks. If you guys miss us too much, be sure to tune in. And 1 week later, we're going to release our after show where we pretty much talk about random stuff. I think one time we talked about some discharge or something. Anyways, like and subscribe if you like what you saw. Peace.